guys, welcome back. It's Crafty Lou. Today we are going to be doing week 2 of our 12-week Christmas card series. I hope everyone got a chance to check out card number 1 here. If you didn't check out that tutorial, please do so and let me know what you think. Today's card is going to be this one here. This one has a couple little ornaments on it, a little sentiment here, and then also on the inside. This one here today, I used some Stampin' Up! Products that I had on hand. There's some older sets. I used the Delightful Decoration Christmas ornaments here. I also had coordinating punch that goes with this. If you don't have this set, but you have some other sets of ornaments or maybe an updated set, maybe you'd still like to use this layout and just go ahead and change these ornaments to the ones that you have. I also used some Stampin' Up!, as I said, some ornaments on the inside. I used one for the inside, and I used the one out here that says a very Merry Christmas. You don't have to use these. If you have different ones, you can use those. Or if you want to just write in your sentiment, that's great too. However you want to do it is perfect. And then also you're going to have some ink. Try to at least coordinate with the color of your paper that you're using. Today we're going to be using red and green paper. Also keep a little pair of scissors on hand in case you need them, because if you don't have punches, you're going to have to like trace and cut them out and do a little bit of fussy cutting. You also have a bone. If you have that, that's great. That's for when I fold my papers and I just want to make that crease real tight and make it fold nicely. Two-sided tape you're going to need. And then also I have the punches that I used on the outside, which is the oval and the scallop oval that I used for the little lettering right here. And also, let's go ahead and get to the paper that I used. I'm going to go ahead and angle the camera down so we can get started and show you on the paper that I used. This is the paper I used. This was a Stampin' Up! Paper. I've used it for a few cards, so it's a little shorter. It did start out as a 12 by 12. It's the little candy lines, I guess you would call it. It is a two-sided, so you can choose. But anyway, this is the paper that I used on the outside of the card and on the inside. So this paper here, printed paper, you're going to need some cardstock. And like I said, you're going to need some prints here. And then white cardstock, green cardstock, and red cardstock. And we're going to set that aside because here are some of the other items that we need. I used twine for the ornament here, to hang the ornament. This one just happens to have several colors on it. I bought this at a store. I actually got it very cheap. It says 50 cents here. I always check out all my craft stores, Targets, Walmarts, and check out this section here, and you can find a lot of things on sale. I've already gone ahead and cut our strings. Really no measurement, just cut off what you think you need. I've made one bow, and when we go to make this, I will show you how to make this bow. So we're going to set that aside. And then also we have the pearls. I picked these up at my local craft store. You can get these in those little bins that are $1. I think I got these from AC Moore's. But here's some red ones. I used the little pearl here, and then some of the green pearls over here in this ornament. So we'll go ahead and set this aside. And now I have our paper, and I've already cut the paper to save us some time so that we can get right started into this card. All right, our first paper that we have here is our 4.5 by 11. This is the part of the card that you're going to use of the card. So if it was laying there, so it is 11 by 4.5. And then you're going to have your green part right here, which is, oops, sorry, let me get this under there, which is the 4, 4, and 5.5. So that's 4, 5.5. And then these two pieces are going to be the ones that we're going to use on the outside of our card. And this is that oval punch that I showed you that we used. And we're also going to take the scallop, and we're going to punch that out later. And then we're going to need 2 sheets of our printed paper, and that's 3.5 by 2. So actually it's 3.5 by 2. So we're going to need 2 of those. You're going to need 1 for the outside, and you're going to need 1 for the inside here. And then we have our white sheet, which is here, that we wrote a little sentiment on, and then that is 2.5 by 4. So that's 2.5 by 4 that you're going to need for that. So hopefully you've got those numbers down. Now we're going to go ahead and get started. We're just going to go ahead and work on this sheet that we have. And I'm going to go ahead and just pick up these pieces so that we'll have some room to work on. All right, so now, as I said, we're going to take our fold, or make our fold, and we're just going to bend. Let me go ahead and scoot this back so that we can get it all in there. We're going to go ahead and just fold this paper over here like this, and this is where our bone that I told you is going to come in handy. We're just going to rub it across here like this, and that will do that. If you do not have one of these, a credit card will work the same. It will do the same thing, and just run it across. So now we have our fold that we wanted, and the bone just kind of helps make that crease look a lot better than just having it, you know, just fold it. All right, so now we have that part. So now we need to get that tape, and we're going to take our green sheet, and we are going to take and we are going to put some tape on that green piece. Green. Oops. This is the first time I've used. Oh no, did I do that wrong? What the heck? Oh, there we go. I just bought this last night because I ran out and I had to run up to the craft store to buy another one, and that's not usually the one that I get. Alright, so now we're going to take and put that green piece right down on there. It's kind of hard to look, so if I don't get everything exactly straight, it's because I'm trying to do this upside down. So we have this part. So now we need to take and we need to make this part of our flowers. So I have gone ahead and I have taken one of the ornaments and I have taken and cut it out. So I wanted to show you the other one. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that second ornament, and we're going to be using the green tape, the green ink, and the one that says Joy on it. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, stamp it, make sure, and then we're going to just lay it down. And you know what I just did? I did it the wrong way. And then you're going to take your cutter and you're going to take your punch and you're going to punch that out. So let's go ahead and get this straight. Punch it out and just drop it. And here you have your green ornament. So now we have both of our ornaments. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those strings that I cut from my twine here, and I'm going to add those to my ornament. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put a little bit of tape here and a little bit of tape on this one. Now I know this one here was my green one, so I'm going to use a shorter one for that because I'm going to put it up top. So I'm just going to lay this across it like this, and then lay one across here. So then I'm going to take this green, my print, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just kind of eyeball where I think I want it, and then put some more tape on the back. And then I'm going to go ahead and just add that to my paper. And then I'm going to do the same with my green one. Let's go ahead and add that one right here. We'll put that one up just a hair. Like I said, it's kind of hard to work backwards. Now let's go ahead and add this on here so that we have it back here. So now we have our part that we have our ornaments on. Isn't that pretty? So now we're going to add this to here. So now we're just going to run some tape around the back of it. Okay. And then we're going to add this to our paper, line it up. Okay. We're going to come back and we're going to finish our ornaments in a minute. Right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to open it up, and we're going to take our other print paper that we had, and we're going to add some tape to that. Alright, so let's go ahead and add that. Whoops, let me make sure. Oops, yep, this away. Like I said, I'm doing this upside down. Sometimes when you're working upside down so that you can see it, I mess up a little bit to save, excuse me, to save us some time. I've already gone ahead and I've stamped our sentiment on our paper. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to our paper. Alright, so let's go ahead and add that. And that just fits, whoops, right on the center of there. Okay, so now we have the inside of our card. And now let's go back to the front of the card where we made this. And then we are going to go ahead and make that bow. I have one here, this bow that I showed you earlier. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make that. You're just going to take some string off, and then you're just going to go ahead and just leave enough so that you're able to, you know, wrap it around. And then you're just going to kind of like play with it until you get it exactly where you want. There you go. So you're going to just get it to however you want it. Just keep playing with it. And you make it a little tighter. Actually, I think I'm going to do this one a little over again because it's kind of raveled at the end. And then at the end also, I forgot to mention, see how that's kind of raveled? Because when you're using the twine, it does do that. So I'm going to take, like I said, those scissors, and I'm going to cut it off and cut this one off. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit. And I do have a lighter that I do use, and I usually just take it and I take and I think I have to start all over because that was already messy up. Let's try this one more time. Isn't that weird? When you go to do the video, it messes up. And I don't want to start the whole thing over again. There we go. I should have did that the first time when I noticed it was very unraveled. Alright, now let's cut it. Whoops, a little bit more. Then take this. I usually take this and then I just kind of, oops. Isn't that weird? Now my lighter's not going to work, but you got the idea. I've already done this one here, and you can see where I kind of just burnt the end of it a little bit, and that will keep it from unraveling because of this type of twine that I used. But you can use ribbon. You don't have to use twine. I just like the twine and I had it. So anyway, so now we're going to go ahead and just rub some tape on the top of the ornament. Now make sure you have enough. And then we are going to add our bow to the top of the ornament. There. There you go. Isn't that pretty? Like I said, you can do these however you want. If you want the ribbon shorter, if you want it longer, it's up to you, however you want your ribbon to look. Now, we're almost done. One more thing. So, I have where we're going to take and stamp the part here that's the Very Merry Christmas to You. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that. And we are going to use some, I use some tape over here. Alright, so we're going to take this and we're going to stamp that down and put it on our paper. And then we have that there. We're going to take that punch that I told you. That was the scallop. And we're going to cut that out there. And then pop that out. So now we have our 3 pieces. Okay, let's put this away. Now what I do is, if you notice on here, half of it's red and half of it's green. So what I did was I took the green and I just took and I cut it in half like that. Then I took the red and I just ran the tape on there and then put it on half of it like that. So there you go. And then I take the white part that we stamped and then I run some tape. Whoa. And I run some tape on this. There we go. And then we're just going to just tape, I don't know about this tape, and then tape this right on to here. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I don't think this is a very hard card to make. Like I said, if you have other ornaments and not just the Stampin' Up ornaments, you can use whatever ornaments you want. If you want to just use the same layout, please let me know what you think. And I look forward to seeing you next week for card number 3. Thank you.